Continuing on these four videos for the Chrome extension. At this point, I have put the code in this repo. The code is present in the comment of this last video, and this was the point where we were at in the last, where we got a response like this from the qwen containing file as well as the path. Now, instead of showing it like a raw text, we will try to create a DOM elements containing the file name, path, and its content also. Content we can try to get it in the same prompt, or otherwise we'll have to, if it doesn't work, we'll have to call n number of prompts again asking for the content of this file if that doesn't work. Note, all these we are doing because this when response is not structured when it's captured through the extension. So the parsing logic may vary. Sometimes it might not, whatever file path is present, the information structure present here may not be present below when it is mentioning the file name. And in some cases, it can have a file which is not present in this initial tree, which can be below. So for that purpose, we are asking another prompt to get the information in more structured JSON way that we're able to capture it. For example, there is a class for test here. This is the application, this order test runner. Now, if you see this file is just present in two instances. There is no mention of this in the file tree above. You may say that this is a test file, but yeah, there could be scenarios where the response is not structured enough, and we may not have be able to write a logic without using an AI to find a particular file's path. That's why this is needed, where we need another AI to understand this prompt and return this exact information in more structure. That's what we are doing through the extension and the Node.js application. So the modification that we will try is, first is some modification to the prompt. Read this, just return all the file names that need to be created here, as well as the non-Java files. For the file name, just return all the file names. Initially, I'm saying, and then the last, all data should be in structure file. Here, let's say, just return file names uh, as well as on the, let it be here file name. Case is matching, case should match. Above type data should be JSON structure with this data, which should be list of file containing path attribute package. Return the JSON list file and path, and also a content attribute having content of the file. Let's try this prompt. So we started the server, and let's run this one again. We'll do capture. Some issue of error. Okay, looks like Olama is not running. Let me restart the service. So I have started this now. Olama is running. So if I do a capture again, this time it was able to capture as well as the API call started. Capture would have worked last time also, but because of that error, it was showing that error in the pop-up. So let's wait. I will pause and resume. So now this is how the response came. There is a file name, there is a path, as well as the content. So we can utilize this one to create DOM elements instead of displaying it as a text, as it is not that much readable. So going back, we'll do the prompt is working fine. So yeah, but it took more time than the usual one. With a better device, with better RAM, it will work faster. So here we are getting the response. You can iterate here if there is no error. So at this point, for let I equal to 0, I less than dot length I plus plus a data equal to rest I. And now we want to create DOM element for each of the attributes: file name, path, and content. So we'll say let file name to document dot create element we'll create a p tag and file name dot inner text data dot file name, and that's okay. So we can have both file name as well as the path in the same level. So package, there is no package. This is AI hallucinating. That's it. So inner text will have file name and a hyphen and the path, and we'll add a text area. Let EA equal to document dot create element text area and EA dot inner text equal to EA dot inner text will be this thing. Data dot content attribute value. Okay. So this is what we want. Now we are still populating the out dot inner text with the stringified of this one. This might be redundant, but at this point let it be. Once we see that it is working, we can remove this part. So going back, it's fine. File name inner text data dot content, file name and data dot path. Okay. So coming back, I will just reload this extension. And click on this again, capture. I will resume once the response is back. The response came, but it was not rendering in the DOM, so I was missing these two, document.body.append child. I was adding these two, but these were not added to the DOM, so we have to call document.body.append child and added both the elements. I will retry and back to this and capture. So the response came and it is as desired, file names with the file path and the file content in text areas. So at this point it looks nice. Next we have to create files with these content. That will be in the next video, and we can remove this part. So inner text is no longer needed. Maybe we can just console log will also not work because this is Chrome extension. So just in the next video we'll have one more endpoint in our Node.js application where we can send these structured data, and Node.js on its end can create the file, or otherwise it's the response is coming from our Node.js response itself. So within this backend server.js itself, where it returns the response, we can have a logic to follow Llama API internally and get shell script that it can run with exec command to actually create the project. That will be part of the next video. This one I'm ending here. Thanks for watching.